Summer Search has worked for 2 decades to close the opportunity gap for underserved kids who normally face long odds at achieving a college degree. Approximately 70% of Boston public school students mentored by Summer Search walk away with a college degree. The program identifies high school sophomores and invests in an intense series of summer experiences and year-round resources to support them through college. Summer Search serves 400 Greater Boston high schoolers annually, with another 600 college-age students receiving continued support. The vast majority of these youth are low income. More than 2/3 are African American or Latino, 40% are male, 89% are first-generation college students. The program also works with high school students in Cambridge, Chelsea, and Malden, and is looking to expand into other gateway cities. In our studios this morning to give us even more details is Summer Search Executive Director Hermese Velasquez. Welcome to Urban Update, and thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Hermese, first of all, what did I leave out about Summer Search in the intro there that you may want to tell our viewers about?
You had a pretty inclusive intro. I like to talk about Summer Search as an organization that helps increase the number of low-income students who are graduating college. So we're essentially creating a greater pipeline of leaders, a more diverse pipeline of leaders in the city and in the world, quite frankly.
Now, how many students are you working with, and how would you describe these students and where they come from?
Yeah. We are working with 400 students across the city of Boston, Chelsea, Cambridge, and Malden. Most of our students, close to a little over 90% of our students, qualify for free or reduced lunch. 90% of our students are first-generation college-bound. And most of our students come into the program with tremendous skills and tremendous potential, and what we provide is really the mentoring component and a platform for them to continue to develop and exercise those skills.
How do you find the students?
We work closely with referral partners across the high school. So a referral partner can be a teacher, a coach, a guidance counselor, and my favorite referral partners are Summer Search students themselves who help identify new Summer Search students for us.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, talk to me about, I guess, the typical Summer Search experience.
Mm-hmm. The typical experience will begin with mentoring. So all of our mentors are full-time staff, and each student starting in their sophomore year is paired with a mentor. They're checking in with their mentor on a weekly basis throughout the school year. In the summer, the first summer, our students are involved in a challenging, intense outdoor experience, and that could last anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks, and it can look like hiking, backpacking, kayaking, really getting the student to stretch both physically and mentally.
And I understand you take some pretty interesting trips in the summertime. Some of these kids do.
Yes, that's correct. So the first year, a lot of our students are heading to Colorado, Minnesota, Maine, really fairly far from home. And again, they have all the skills, they have the tools already to complete this challenging summer experience.
What kind of activities, what do they do out when they go take these trips?
Most of our students are hiking, backpacking, 50 pounds of weight across the mountain, canoeing as well.
Okay, and what about, and I understand some of the students go take international trips as well?
That's correct. The second summer, a lot of our students are traveling abroad, and you're doing an international service program, and that can be anywhere in South America, Central America, and they're supporting a population, may it be rebuilding a school or rebuilding a park.
These trips, how does that help a child get into college?
Yes, it's really a combination of the mentoring and the trip. So the trip really help the student identify skills such as self-advocacy, ability to lead, ability to begin trusting a group of unknown folks, right? Identifying themselves in a cohort, and pairing that with the mentoring that they receive year-round is really the secret sauce of Summer Search.
And how can a program like this impact a family?
Mm-hmm. I am a Summer Search alum. and I can talk candidly about how it impacted me and my family. My summer search experience was 6 weeks in Ghana, West Africa, at the age of 17. And I lived with a host family while teaching math at an orphanage. And that experience really provided an opportunity for me to look at myself and understand that I have a greater gift to provide the world. And so upon returning home, I was fired up to apply to college and continue to foster that gift. And then essentially come back and provide that gift to Summer Search as their executive director.
Amazing. Wow. Now, talk to me a little bit more about the mentoring part of the program. Maybe tell me about your mentors.
Yes. My mentor actually still works in the office today. And the mentoring component is a weekly check-in with a full-time staff. And the opportunity there is to really talk through any challenges, any barrier that the student may be facing at the time. And I like to describe a mentor as having a special gift of seeing the student in a brighter light. And their ultimate role is to ensure that at the end of that relationship, that student is able to see themselves in that brighter light.
Okay, finally, how can people get connected with Summer Search if anyone is interested?
Absolutely. Certainly visit summersearch.org online. Seek my contact information. It's certainly visible online. I am happy to talk to anyone, conduct a site visit. There are no shortage of students, and there are certainly shortage of funding.
Does it cost anything for the students?
For the student, it doesn't cost anything.
Okay. Hermese Velasquez, the Executive Director of Summer Search. Thanks for coming in, and wow, sounds like a great program. You know, you're doing a great job with those kids.
Thank you for having me, Brian.
Okay, all right. Well, coming up next, the details on a new merger that will expand local ability to preserve rare and threatened species and save them from extinction, as our friends from Zoo New England join us next, right here on Urban Update.